Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Unitarian Church of Edmonton. My name is Gordon Ritchie. My pronouns are he, him. Karen Mills and I will be your service leaders this morning. We will also be conducting our church choir, Chorealis. It is good to be together here in the sanctuary, and welcome to all of you who are joining us online. Our minister, Reverend Rosemary Morrison, is away this Sunday. She will be back with us next Sunday. I have been told that there is one announcement, and that is by Andrew Mills, and I will invite him forward now.
Hi there, my name's Andrew Mills, he, him, and I have the privilege of being the treasurer and fundraiser, canvasser at this church. Canvas is not going to start until January, so you're off the hook. Okay. And so we're just working on a theme and everything for that now. But November is a month of remembrance. And so what we've done is we've prepared this little brochure on endowments, where you can leave a gift of memory to someone at the church. And so these brochures, this endowment brochure, is at the back of the church, and they come with their own handy little endowment envelope. And so if you're thinking of giving a gift in memory this November, the endowment people would love to have your donation. The endowment is an investment in the long term of this church. Currently sits at about $100,000, and it cannot be spent unless we all agree to spend it. So it is a long-term investment, and hopefully we can grow it to a couple $100,000 so that we have a cushion in case of anything that happens in the future. So the endowment brochure with more information is just sitting at the back, and I encourage you all to give gifts in memory this November.
Thank you, Andrew. I'm thinking that I'm going to do all my thank yous now while I remember. There are many people that make these services possible, from our extraordinary tech team, for those people who are working here in the church, in the kitchen and ushering, the office staff, our choir who just slaves and works so diligently, and their dedication is beyond extraordinary. My support team with Karen, so grateful for all the individuals that are involved in this community. It is indeed a blessed community. Oh, and while we have our artwork up, thanks to Karen Bishop, who's featured as our artist of the month right now. She's a local artist. We've had her work here before. Just connected up with another local artist. Beautiful work. I'm very excited. One of the pieces I know already might be coming home to my house once they get up. So grateful for artists in the community that agree to share their talents and their gifts with us as well. The Unitarian Church of Edmonton is one of two Unitarian churches in the city, the other being Westwood Unitarian Congregation. We are a liberal, religious, multi-generational community. We celebrate a rich mosaic of free-thinking, spiritual questing individuals, joined in common support and action. We welcome diversity, pursue the common good, and work for justice. We believe in the compassion of the individual heart, the warmth of community, and the search for truth and meaning in our lives. Wherever you are from, whatever your ability, whatever your age or race, however you identify, whomever you love, you are welcome here. As we begin our time together, I would ask that you quiet any electronic devices that you may have with you this morning. Thank you. And let us take a moment to acknowledge that we are on Treaty 6 land, the ancestral territory of Cree, Dene, Blackfoot, Saulteaux, Nakota Sioux, and Métis people. We thank the indigenous knowledge keepers in this area for teaching their people how to live sustainably on the land, in harmony with it and with respect for all creation. We acknowledge that during colonial rule, this opportunity was taken away from indigenous people, and now they call out to us all to respond in acts of reconciliation, to listen to their voice of knowledge, and how to live in harmony with respect to the earth. I would invite you all to join in our first hymn, number 163, For the Earth Forever Turning. The text will miraculously appear on the screen behind me. For those of you who, there you go. For those of you who are online, the text should be coming up on your screen as well. If you'd like to follow along with the music, as sometimes I do, you'll find this hymn in the hardcover hymn book. And so I would invite you to rise in body and spirit as we join in singing hymn number 163, For the Earth Forever Turning. For our chalice lighting this morning, I've asked Audrey to do the reading and Susan to light our chalice. You'll know why as we proceed during the service, because they have in their own beautiful way contributed to this service. So if I can have Susan and Audrey come forward, please. The text that Audrey will be reading is entitled All Animal Chalice, and it's written by Mark Causey.
We light this chalice, spark of the original fire of creation, to remind us that we all on this planet, the furred, the feathered, the finned, and the scaled, along with us featherless bipeds, we are all made of the same star stuff and all share a common destiny. We all share the same hopes of a life free of harm and suffering and the same aspirations of happiness and love. We are inextricably intertwined, interconnected, and interdependent, and it is good.
Good morning, I'm Karen Mills. My pronouns are she and her. You're going to do a lot of participating in this morning's service because this is about healing the earth. And it takes all of us to participate, so we thought, why not model it right in the service? So I'm going to invite you now to join me in a responsive reading. The words, again, should magically appear. I will begin and read the first line and then invite you to come in on the second line. The womb of stars embraces us. Remnants of their fiery furnaces pulse through our veins.
We are the stars. Dust and explosions pass across space.
We are of the earth. We breathe and live in the breath of ancient plants and beasts.
Themselves nourish the soil. We build our communities on their harvest of gifts.
Our fingers trace the curves carved in clay and stone by forebears unknown to us.
We are part of the great circle of humanity, gathered around
and we gather anew this day to celebrate our common heritage.
May we recall in gratitude all that has given us earth.
Next, I'd like to share with you a reading by Johnston. So, with a name like that, obviously, she's very gifted. And it was a piece that she wrote during COVID, and it was sparked by an outdoor cafe that she saw, and they had a sign hanging that said, "We practice safe six." So she said, during this era of social distancing, to keep each other safe, we keep at least 6 feet between each other. One way to approximate this is by an arm's length. You extend your arm, I extend my arm. Neither of us quite touch fingertips, and voila, safe six. Whatever was once defensive or suspicious behavior, for example, I'd keep him at arm's length if I were you, has now become a gesture of care, an indication of love and protection. Arm's length. Makes me think of the efforts to save leatherback turtles. These amazing creatures can live 100 years, some growing to 7 or 6 feet long, eventually weighing 1,000 pounds, give or take. The front flippers can span as much as 8 feet, which means that they could practice safe six if they need to, but they don't. Mama leatherbacks emerge at night during the ocean's high tide, lumbering onto the dry sand where they use their back flippers to dig a nest in which to lay their eggs, sometimes as many as 100. The threat is that there are humans who, under cover of the night, poach the buried eggs to sell for private gain. They're eaten as a delicacy, and they bring a very high price. On the side of protection, there are other humans who gather on those very same nights to tend to the mama leatherbacks. They catch the eggs in a bag with the least amount of disturbance to the mama who, in her birthing reverie, does not seem to notice. The mama covers the hole back up with her flippers, disguises it by disturbing the sand all around, and then returns to the deep ocean waters. The human protectors bring those bags of eggs up higher onto the same beach to a guarded enclosure, protected from the poachers. This is where, not with a spade or a shovel, but with their arms, the volunteers dig, then deposit the eggs. Here the eggs are safely incubated. Here the turtle babies can hatch safely, and it's from here that they will return to those same deep ocean waters like the ancient lineage of leatherback turtles before them. Arm's length. Why dig with an arm when a shovel or a trowel would be so much more effective? Well, there's a sacred elegance here, one that invokes the deep interconnection among all sentient beings. The length of that hole-digging back flipper of the mama turtle is, as you might have guessed, about the same length as an adult human arm. She ends her reading with this prayer. Vast fractal universe, elegant nature, may my body in all its glory and limits, its fullest shape and truth, be of service, practicing protection and care and fierce devotion in the face of all who are threatened by risk. May I be the recipient of such care. May I be the giver of protection. And may this be our mutual bond in this interdependent web of which we are all a part. I'll invite you now to join in a hymn. This one is really special because the lyricist for this hymn is our own Susan Rattan.
So you may have heard the choir sing this before, and as Karen mentioned, we're going to get you a little involved with this song as well. So you'll see the chorus that's on the screen behind us. The choir is going to sing through the chorus once. We're going to sing through the chorus again and invite you to join in every time that the chorus comes up. It's called Cherish the Earth, words by Susan Rutan. It is time for us to share our abundance. Our community is entirely self-governing and self-supporting. One of the privileges of our free church tradition is to provide all of the financial support for our many ministries from among ourselves. Generosity, therefore, is one of the spiritual values we recognize as central to our personal and institutional well-being. In addition to supporting this church community, we also make a monthly commitment beyond our walls. One half of the unidentified cash that is received is given to an outside organization. For the month of November, we are sharing our abundance with the Edmonton Food Bank. So as the ushers collect the offering this morning, I'd like to tell you a little bit about this organization and quote from their website. Mission and values. We envision a community where hunger does not exist, where all citizens have access to an adequate and nutritional food supply. Our vision, as stewards in the collection of surplus and donated food for the effective distribution, free of charge, to people in need in our community while seeking solutions to the cause of hunger. Our values, our guiding values of commitment, integrity, service, innovation, resourcefulness, and fairness govern the manner in which we work. For those of you who are with us online, you're invited to go to the Edmonton Food Bank to make a donation. And so we thank you for your generosity and your support. With our time, our talents, and our money, we support the work of this community and the Unitarian Universalist tradition. Let us join in singing From You I Receive. Our next hymn is number 1068, found in the little teal hymn book, if you'd like to follow along with the music, Rising Green. Again, the text will be coming up on the screen behind me, as well as for those who are with us online. So I invite you to rise as you are willing and able, as we join in singing hymn number 1068, Rising Green. Each Sunday within the Unitarian tradition, we take a time to acknowledge the joys, concerns, the joys, the sorrows that affect not only our personal lives, but the lives of those around us, and events that are happening globally as well. I know I've shared this with the choir, but I'd like to share this with you as well. Robert and I were over on the East Coast in September, and we made our way to a Unitarian church in Portland, Maine. The history, absolutely astounding. We had the opportunity to chat with someone of the congregation who was actually a tour guide. But one of the moments in the service that really connected me with this group of strangers who became friends was lighting of candles. This tradition that brings us together as a faith community. For those of you who are online, you're welcome to add your thoughts into the chat. For those of you here in the sanctuary, if there's something on your heart that you would like to light a candle for, I invite you to come around to the side. Our tapers are here, and enter the circle to light your candle. If you wish to do so, I invite you forward now.
We shall sing, O
May the candles that we have lit this morning, may the thoughts that have been written down in the chat remind us that we are never alone. The following text was written by Dina Capasso. The delicate, flapping wings of a butterfly have the power to set molecules of air in motion, in turn moving more molecules of air, a tiny act that is eventually capable of affecting weather patterns on the other side of the planet. This notion comes from a concept within chaos theory called the butterfly effect. Simply, the butterfly effect refers to a phenomena in our world in which a small change in one place can result in a greater and equal change elsewhere. This may sound crazy. A tiny butterfly changing global weather patterns. Not only is the butterfly effect a real scientific theory, but it's also an intriguing philosophical idea. I say all this because the butterfly effect affects the way I live my life and the decisions I make in a way that no ideas of God ever have. I'm not a meteorologist, and nor am I well versed in entomology, but ever since learning about the butterfly effect, I have been attracted to it because it demonstrates an important principle that is often forgotten. Namely, each of our actions has effects that more profound. Each of our actions has effects that are more profound than we think. Interconnectedness is a major theme found in nearly all the world's religions and philosophical traditions. The interconnectedness of our universe is also one of the more significant revelations in physics. All components of matter are interconnected, interrelated, and interdependent. As Unitarian Universalists, we affirm and promote our responsibility to remain aware of interconnection through our seventh principle. We respect the interdependent web of all existence. Attention to interconnectivity reminds me, despite the many socio-political forces that would divide us from one another, that I'm never alone in the world. It reminds me that each decision or action I make has reactions, and that those reactions reverberate as waves moving back and forth across the globe. It compels me to live life aware of the consequences of my daily actions. From the purchases I make to personal interactions with others, I certainly do not always succeed, but I try. My awareness of interconnectivity and efforts to work against the illusion of division remains my most significant spiritual practice. How cool is that? I'm going to read that again because I think it's cool. My awareness of interconnectivity and efforts to work against the illusion of division remain my most significant spiritual practice. This spiritual practice also gives me the ability to stand in awe of interconnection, in awe of the butterfly effect, and the power that comes with it. On rare occasions, I am reminded to stop and appreciate the divinity of interconnectivity revealed before my very eyes. To me, this is awe-inspiring. To me, this is divine. I am so impressed that the author's awareness of interconnectivity reminds, as she says, to be her most significant spiritual practice. That takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of focus. It takes a lot of dedication. I've noticed an occurrence that always takes place this time of year. Some of you may have noticed it as well. Advertisements for charities. For those who watch the news or catch one of such numerous ads on television or social media, you will be reminded of the need that charitable organizations have. And the need is great. It continues to be great. It can feel as if we are being bombarded with countless requests for financial aid, and it can certainly feel overwhelming. So what can we do? Right here, right now. I've long since been of the adage, think globally, act locally. But what does it mean to think globally and act locally? In the simplest terms, this oft-quoted philosophical call asks us to consider the health of the planet and all of its inhabitants, even the smallest and most immediate actions. The think globally, act locally philosophy proceeds from the idea that each of us has a part to play in the well-being of both the communities around us and the larger world that we all share. In other words, the butterfly effect. Imagine if our collective awareness of interconnectivity and efforts to work against the illusion of division became our most significant spiritual practice. May the words of Edward Everett Hall inspire us onward. I am only one, but still I am one. I cannot do everything, but still I can do something. And because I cannot do everything, I will not refuse to do the somethings that I can do. May our awareness be focused on repairing and healing the earth and all beings. May it be so. Blessed be.
I invite you now to enter into a time of meditation, quiet reflection. If it feels comfortable to you, have your back well supported. Say a strong back and an open heart. Take a couple deep breaths. Maybe shake a little tension out of your shoulders. If you'd like to close your eyes, feel free to do that. I have a reading. We'll have a few moments of silence and then some music from Chorealis. I'm going to share with you the Earth Day Prayer by Horton-Ludwig. Spirit of life, spirit of earth, spirit of all that breathes and all that is, we love you. We love this planet and its people and its beings. We love this interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part. But we're human. And as people, our hearts are still small. So often our love and our sincere desire for the well-being of all is not yet enough to restrain our collective desire for more for ourselves. More money, more power, more things. So often we act in the service of that desire for more in ways that harm our fellow humans and countless beings with whom we share the earth. And so often, even when we would do otherwise, we feel powerless. The problems are so big, the scale so enormous. What can one person or one small group really do? But today, let our prayer be for hope and commitment to stay in the struggle, to do what is right as best we can, each day, and to love you, spirit of earth and ocean, stars and rocks, beings of every kind, not least our human neighbors. To love this glorious whole as we love ourselves, for we are you, and you are us. Blessed be, and let us enter the silence together.
I offer you the following video.
The earth has returned. She is living, breathing, realizing her breath was leaving. She was needing us to remember her worth, to recognize her worth all over again, all over again, all over again. We used to be her friends. We used to help her heal us, help her heal us, help her heal us. And then she lost all trust and faith in us. She has returned, mad, saddened, mad, saddened, mad, saddened. However, she's empowered by this new commitment we are signing on to. We are signing on to. She wants you, me, and the rest of the human beings who populate this planet to never take her for granted again, to never take her for granted again. If she is dying, then who wins? If she is dying, then who wins? If Earth is dying, who really wins? She is providing for species. We live in a cycle that provides for one another, that provides for one another. You and I, we are Earth's sisters and brothers. We must take care of one another. We must take care of one another. We must take care of one another. Her lungs are smothered with toxins, radioactive chemicals, and plastic she cannot digest. She has cancerous garbage in her breasts. We have polluted Earth to death. We have polluted Earth to death. Unless we take a step forward and reverse our damaging effects, our damaging effects, our damaging effects. Our next steps should be radical movements that peacefully changes things, that peacefully changes things with civility, 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 civility. We have the ability, we have the ability. Earth is alive, we can't let her die. I want my Earth back, I want my Earth back, I want my Earth back. I want to take each of our solutions and spin them into 180-degree revolutions. We all have effective contributions. We need to turn our passion into action, execution. Drum circles, live spoken word theater, or even getting arrested. We are all a collective that can't be defeated, that can't be defeated. Immediate action is needed, is needed, is needed. What about our children? What about future generations? Who is going to save the lungs of the ecosystem? Who is going to save the lungs of the ecosystem? Toxic water slaughters the frogs and the fish. Imagine how much they wished we didn't pollute their habitats. Clean water, clean air, imagine that. We need our Earth back. She returns. We need our Earth back. It is her turn.
Christopher is a Unitarian Universalist from the States. I asked earlier during my message, so what can we do? Well, we can ask Mother Earth to call us back. And so let us join in singing Call Us Again, text by Reverend Audrey Brooks, music by me. I invite you to rise as we are willing and able and sing together, Call Us Again. Our closing words this morning are by Irene Glasse and Rebekah Savage. There is a song beneath the soil. 10 million voices raise their call in no human language. Life flows through the tendrils of roots, mycelium, microbiota, and crawling, burrowing, tunneling life. The song flows upward through trunks and stems and blades of tender grasses and races out into the air. It is picked up and carried on no human tongue. It is in the footfall of paw and hoof. It hums in the buzz of wings and the fluttering of feathers. It shines on scales and fins and slithering skins. And if we are quiet and pay attention, sometimes we remember that we are part of this song as well, and we have notes to sing. What happens when we humans forget that the life around us is part of us? That these lives have no less inherent worth or dignity? How many more singers of the earth song will go silent forever? Today, we are charged to remember, to know that as we live together in community, we are also with community in the silent singing of lives in the vast congregation of earth as well. The interdependent web of existence is no allegory. It is as real as the heart beating in our chests. We are charged to do what we can to help those who cannot advocate with human language, who cannot scream to help when they are suffering. We have a role to play in softening the blow of the age of humans. We have a voice that can help shape the world to come. We are so charged in the name of the sacred song, the tapestry of life of which we are a part. Let us remember and then act. I have a little story for you. I was taking my little Riverdale bus one morning to downtown to catch my second bus to get to work. Who should come on the bus but my dear friend Amelia Kaminsky. We spent our little journey going up the hill, catching up. We got off at the same stop on Jasper Avenue. She opened up her arms and gave me the most exquisite hug. Warmed my soul. We parted ways. I was a block away from Amelia when I heard in my head her words that she whispered in my ear. Be well, Gordon. I know all will be well. I offer you a new song. Be well. I would like to invite, excuse me a sec. These people are such a blessing to my life. Just saying. As we extinguish our chalice, Audrey will read the text by Susan Carlson entitled, Blessed by Our Connections.
We leave blessed by our connections to one another, to the Spirit of life. Walk lightly, that you see the life that is below your feet. Spread your arms as if you had wings and could dance through the air. A time-lapse photo showing graceful dance-like movements of a person against a black background. Feel the joy of the breath in your lungs and the fire in your heart. Live to love and be a blessing to this earth.
Thank you all for being with us this morning, for those who've been with us online as well. It is our tradition as we conclude our service to rise as we are willing and able to sing our closing song, Carry the Flame of Peace and Love, until we are together again.